Hey Canucks fans, just imagine if there's no such thing as penalties. The Canucks could be undefeated right now. I'm Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take on one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, November the 18th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. And as always, this vlog is brought to you by Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video description below. Thanks to everyone who joined me for my live stream last night. For a second consecutive live stream, I went for 2 hours. The first hour was about the Canucks. The second hour was Ask Me Anything. And I wouldn't say it was loopy Clay for the past hour, but it was more reflective Clay for the last hour, because a lot of good, serious, deep questions last night. And it was good. So if you have a chance to check it out if you want to, or catch up on what you missed, I encourage you to do so. And the first part was cool because my son Sean joined me for half an hour, because Sean went to the game last night. Sean ended up using the tickets that were originally given to Coach Rob by Van City experts, by Jason. So follow me here. But Rob was in Chilliwack, could not get to the game because of the flood situation. So we'll connect Rob for a game in the new year, so that's fine. And then my son Sean was the lucky beneficiary of Jason's generosity. So great seats, row 6 in one of the club sections, down near the ice. And Sean said basically what we saw on TV, but it was nice to hear his perspective. He said that, yeah, the Canucks played well 5-on-5. The Canucks power play sucked. The Canucks penalty kill was even worse than that. So pick a word that's worse than sucked. And he had some choice words for the refereeing. And I'm giggling because if you saw the live stream, you know exactly what he said about the refereeing, which was pretty funny. And he said that Hoglander, Garland, and Hamnick and Hughes, except for that penalty, they were among the players that looked really good. So that made sense. I was glad that Sean came on, because he was at the game as opposed to me, who was at my church watching the game on my computer screen with the sound on, not too loud. I wasn't in the church. I was running Religious Ed. You guys know all this already. Okay, so let's talk about the one thing that I led with kind of sarcastically. But every game recap is the same. Everyone. The Canucks played well on 5-on-5. I wouldn't say they dominate 5-on-5, but they sometimes control play. They certainly don't get outplayed a lot 5-on-5. So at 5-on-5, they're fine. Some people didn't like the way I used the word fine, but they're okay 5-on-5. Sure, you want them to create more, but they're not giving up a lot. They didn't give up a 5-on-5 goal yesterday. If you count the empty net, technically it was a 6-on-5. So their 5-on-5 play is okay. Their power play isn't that good, but we've talked about that ad nauseum. So we're going to talk about the other side, the penalty kill today. Because the Canucks, it's almost like they can't afford to take penalties anymore. Because what happens is whatever penalty they take in the first period, whatever it is, the opposition seems to score on the ensuing power play. And now you're playing chase the game. And the Canucks don't have the firepower, at least the firepower is not clicking right now on all cylinders, where they can be chasing games every single game. So it's always the same thing. They fall behind 1-0 or maybe 2-0, and they have to fight and scratch and claw to get their way back, only to lose it either in the third or in overtime. So it's not been a great formula. That's why they are so far under 500 already. They're 5-10-2 now after 17 games. And it happened again last night. It happened again where there's an early penalty about 5-6 minutes in, and then Colorado scored on the power play, and boom, the Canucks are down 1-0. Sure, the Canucks tied up 1-1. Canucks even take a lead 2-1, but then guess what? They allow 2 power play goals in the span of 53 seconds, and now they've lost the game. The Canucks penalty kill is 60% efficiency. You guys, that's really bad. I failed out of accounting. As you know, I failed my professional accounting exams, yet some of my marks were higher than 60. So that tells you how bad the penalty kill is. And it almost becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You don't want to take a penalty because you know you can't kill penalties. So then you don't play aggressive enough, or you're playing too passive, and then you do a lazy hook or a lazy hold or a trip because you aren't playing aggressive enough. I know it's counterintuitive, but follow me here. And then you go on the penalty kill, and then the other team scores, and then you're in the same rut once again. So I don't know how to fix it. Obviously, the Canucks don't know how to fix it. Tyler Mott's back. It's still not fixed. Brandon Sutter, maybe you need him, but it obviously starts with, it's both. It's both coaching and it's players. or scheme, which is coaching and the personnel. And you have to win the face-off to start off. And sometimes Miller does win face-offs, and sometimes Horvat does win face-offs, but Lammikko never wins a face-off, and very rarely. So now you have to have Horvat or Miller to start off the power play at least, unless you're changing on the fly, which is very rare because the Canucks often don't get out of their zone. So you have to win the face-off first and battle. And then it becomes actually playing some sort of scheme or system. The Canucks use that 1-1-2, where they have the high forward kind of going. You can switch, sure, but generally the high forward tries to shade against whoever's the puck carrier. Then there's a middle forward kind of in behind, filling the gaps, and the two defensemen. But all it takes is for a power play with a lot of movement, or one move, one fake, and now you're 5-on-3 because the top guy is basically rendered useless. So then, in an effort to avoid getting caught, they don't go aggressive with their top guy. So now you're playing quite passively, and that's where you see the Avalanche. I think 2 of their 3 power play goals were started by the point man having way too much, Makar having way too much room to start off, because he's able to basically walk into almost the top of the circle and then either rip a shot or pass it off to someone. So I don't know what the fix is. Is it because the Canucks don't have enough players that are A, aggressive, B, quick enough, and C, hockey IQ enough, where so all those three things, aggressive, quickness, and their hockey IQ, where they can be more aggressive and be a bit more assertive on the penalty kill by challenging the points a little more and making the other team make quick decisions. I don't know, because every time they seem to sag in that little 1-1-2, a good team like Colorado seems to take advantage of it, and they did so by going 3 of 5 last night. So I really don't know what the fix is. Would Brandon Sutter help? Sure, he'd help, but I don't think he's raising the power play percentage by 10 or 15 percentage points. So, and I don't think we can count on Brandon Sutter. He hasn't been skating for the last 10 weeks. So you're basically looking at the guys that you have to solve it with. The Motts of the world, the Millers, the Dickinsons. And Dickinson, yeah, he's kind of been a bit of a disappointment, not only in face-off circle, but overall. So I'm not trying to pile on the team here, but we have to call a spade. And when you see almost historically low, bad, inept penalty kill at 60%, that's a huge issue because, like I said, you're giving up 1, 2, sometimes as last night, 3 penalty kill, 3 power play goals a game to the opposition. So Canucks fan, my question to you is, what do you see as the big problem? It's been a problem all season, all 17 games. Is it the system or the scheme, which leads to coaching? Is it the personnel, the players, or is it a combination of both? I would contend it's a combination of both. I don't know how to fix it. I think maybe they should be a bit more aggressive, a bit more assertive, but how do you do that without getting caught out of position? It's a tricky balance, easier said than done for sure. I'd love to know, Canucks fans, what you think. What's wrong with the power play, and how would you, what's wrong with the penalty kill, and how would you fix it? Because obviously, as I titled this video, the penalty kill is costing us games. It's the same results happening. So let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Shout out to my hero members, nucksfan number 29, Justin Credible, Lucas Gates, Andrew Chang. Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Sim Alexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Brewfield, Shannon Hollingworth, Carol Bovenlander, and HSM Fangirl Gaming. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video description. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or in my videos, or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to, become a member of the channel if you like to, leave a comment down below if you'd like to. What's wrong with our PK, and how do you fix it, if at all? I'll be at the game Friday and Sunday, so hopefully I'll see some of you there. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.